We also have new details about the investigation into Kei'Mani's murder. Toledo police executed several search warrants, including where he lived on the east side. 13 Action News has learned it was Darnell Jones' girlfriend who helped police with evidence in the case. That woman, who asked us not to identify her, tells us Jones called her Friday and asked her to turn off the cameras at the home. She says she got suspicious and did not turn them off, and she adds she was in the bedroom when a relative saw Jones move some items from his SUV into the house and hide them under the basement stairs. She called police, who got a search warrant and then took the evidence.
What did he hide under your stairs?
It was like a mat for the back of your truck, not a pickup, but SUV. You know, when you lay your seats down and you put that rubber mat in there to protect the back of your seats in case you're hauling something. That's what he rolled up and put in my basement. And his work boots, which were caked with mud, and he hadn't worked in a while.
She says once Jones noticed the items gone, she never saw him again. She also told us Jones called her from Columbus, and she told police where they could find him. As the Toledo community continues to grieve the loss of Kei'Mani Latigue, some are stepping up to help contribute to a funeral service for the young girl. Wheelin' on the Rocks on Lasky will be hosting a benefit and poker run this upcoming Sunday. That's to help raise funds to properly honor Kei'Mani and celebrate her life. They say all of the money raised will go directly to the funeral home. The main event will be at Wheelin' with other businesses participating in the poker run, including Kickstand Saloon just over the border, Daffy's, and Corner Saloon just over the border.
I want something for her. I think the whole town wants something for her to have, you know, an abundance of flowers, a beautiful casket, maybe a park bench or anything to help, you know, with the memorial.
Kickstand is on Alexis in Toledo. Those hosting Sunday's event tell us that a donation to the funeral home is essentially your ticket to take part in the activities. So if you'd like to donate or if you'd like to find out more, you can go to our website, 13abc.com.
Emotions are running high, and people from all over are coming to Toledo to mourn the loss of Kei'Mani and offer support. But how does the community begin to heal from this horrific incident? Social worker Cecil Holston says grief can be there, whether or not you know someone personally affected by a violent crime. He says people may feel a connection to the case because they may have a daughter or son the same age as Kei'Mani. Holston says one way to deal with grief is to stay off social media.
Journal, writing things down. Checking in with your own personal children to make sure that they're okay. Because I think sometimes we miss that. Like, let's go sit in their room and go check and see where they're at. Because that might have been a friend of theirs, or it might have been a friend that they lost a year ago that is triggering them now. Their grief is now triggered.
Leaders with Lucas County Children's Services say they understand the public has many questions about Kei'Mani Latigue, and today the agency's director made his first comments about her case. 13 Action News reporter Lily Lowndes has details. She joins us live in studio to explain what's next. Lily.
Yeah, Tony, it's not only the community that's hoping for answers. This is a story we broke yesterday on 13 Action News at 10 that Lucas County commissioners wanted to work with Children's Services to form an investigative task force. And today that task force was approved. Community members are ready to take action after the tragic murder of 13-year-old Kei'Mani Latigue.
Obviously, like everybody else in the community, I heard what had happened to this young girl.
Gordon Berry is a former Lucas County Children's Services board member. When he heard that concerns about Kei'Mani's safety were allegedly reported to the agency, he wanted to make sure that the county would never have a case with an outcome like this again.
It's my intention to contact the commissioners and volunteer my services.
Berry is hoping to join a special agency review task force launched by the Children's Services Board in collaboration with county commissioners.
I think it can only lead to good things, and I'm looking forward to the results.
Children's Services Executive Director Randy Muth said the task force will look at the agency's policies. The details of Kei'Mani's case are a separate matter. Muth says he knows the community has questions, but the prosecutors have asked they hold off on releasing any new information.
Review all those documents and make a determination as to whether the benefit of informing the public outweighs the potential damage that could be done to a future prosecution.
With that in mind, Muth says they're still in talks with prosecutors.
We've sent the information over. We have sent some suggested statements that we might make, for their approval.
Meanwhile, the task force is going full steam ahead. Berry says he hopes that the agency gets the resources they need.
What do I hope will come of this? I hope that we'll never have another case like this.
Muth told me that once the prosecution is over, the task force will help release files and let people judge for themselves how Children's Services responded prior to Kei'Mani's death. Tony.
Lily Lowndes reporting live for us this evening. 13 Action News is committed to bringing you the latest developments on this heart-wrenching story. We will stay on top of any updates to everything from tributes to the young girl to the investigation into her death. You can find it all at 13abc.com.